That sunrise can only mean one thing. It's time to get back to work. Welcome to part 2 of building the manger. When we last left off, we just poured some concrete and we had to let it dry before we could do anything else. Well, now the concrete's dry, so we can get back to it. Just need to take some measurements and cut out our pipes and start welding. I wanted to take a minute and show you guys a little trick if you're hanging pipe by yourself. It makes it really easy. You just take a mark on your post where you want your pipe and put a C-clamp on there like you see there, and then do the same thing on the other side. Then you can set that pipe right up in there. So now I got the clamps holding the pipe up, and I can go ahead and make minor adjustments. I'm gonna want this pipe a little more like that and down a little bit. But the clamps do all the work, and when I weld it, it makes it a lot easier. All right, we got this crossbar level and ready to be welded on. And I started thinking, you know, most of you are probably watching this video because you want to build your own manger. So I figured I better give you some dimensions. I'm gonna be feeding full-grown cattle here, and I'm just using the measurement from the old manger. So the old manger measures about 27 inches high. I went on down the line and it varies from 26 to 27. I don't know what it was supposed to be originally, but most of it seems to be 27. And since that has been working fine for 50 years, that is what we're gonna do as well. All right, so we got our top piece welded in, and that is 30 inches above this bottom piece, which is about 27 inches above the ground. Next thing we got to do is put these angled slats in there. And for those that don't know, the reason that we put this in there is if you don't, then the cow will reach in there, grab the hay, and then pull the hay out, drop it on the ground, step on it, and then you end up wasting a lot of hay. So anyway, we got to figure out the angle of these slats to make everything match, and there's two different ways that we can do that. First way we can do it is with the speed square, which if you're doing a project like this, you probably have a speed square. So you want to line up this bottom corner with the corner of the slat, and then if you look up here, I know it's a little dark, but these are degree marks there. So it looks like we're at about 65, 66, somewhere in there. The other way you can figure out this angle is with one of these angle finders. And it's about 67. So yeah, we got about 67 on both. So when you're cutting this on the saw, you just do 67 minus 90, and that's the actual angle that you'll cut. Okay, I've got all the angled slats cut out now. So what I need to do next is measure these old ones, see how far apart they are. They look like they're about 17 on center. Anyway, the reason that I want to do that is so I can go on the new frame and mark everything out where everything will go. That one's 18. And then I won't have a big gap at the end or a small gap at the end. I can make sure everything works out. And another 18. And we'll go with 18. Now that I'm finished welding up these, I guess we'll call them cow dividers, I can go ahead and start cutting off these posts so they match the old Manger. With these out of the way, I can go ahead and weld some tabs on so I got something to bolt my boards to. Alright, we're getting close now. I'll go ahead and weld this bracket on that I made in the how to make a press brake video, and then I'll have something to latch my gate onto. If you want to see how I made this bracket, I'll leave a link in the description to that video. Everything clears, so I can go ahead and cut out a couple holes in our bracket, and that's what the gate will latch into. So this is what we have so far. We're not done yet though. I still got to add this little wall on the outside to contain the hay once I throw it in there. And yes, I'm using reclaimed boards because I'm a cheapskate. Hey guys, I wanted to stop for a second and show you these screws here. These are made specifically for drilling through wood, and then they self-drill and tap themselves into the metal behind it. So they're going to be perfect for putting these boards up on the metal pipes that we got cemented in the ground. They actually have these screws at pretty much any hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, you name it. I just didn't even know they existed. That's why I'm pointing them out. And look how good these things work. Alright, we'll drive these last couple screws through the tin and this thing is done. The only thing left to do is test it out, and man, I gotta say, those look like some happy cows right there. Thanks for checking out the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.